What up, everybody? So this right here is going to be a normal gameplay video. The first 15 minutes of this video, about 15 minutes, is going to be just a match that I had against Dollmaster while I was solo queuing in the VHS closed beta. And while you watch this, I just want you guys to think about the things that like I do wrong, things my team does wrong, and the things that we could have done better. Think about also the things that we do well, both me and my team, or my team and I guess. And then after the match is done, after the 15 minutes is done, I'm going to watch it back again with you guys, probably skip past a couple parts, and I'm going to talk about the things that I've seen from the gameplay that I think my team could have done better, things we could have done differently, and things that we did pretty well. And I'm mainly doing this because I've been seeing some comments saying that they want to see a match of me losing, and they particularly they want to see a match of me losing just so I can like try to like talk about like what I could have done better, or like what the teams could have done better, stuff like that. And I may do this with the monster. If I have a match that is particularly rough and I lose in, I will probably make a video for monster and explain like what I could have done better there. If you guys would be interested in that, if you'd be interested, also put that in the comments down below. And if you see any mistakes that I don't see, say in the comments down below, or if you think that I didn't say something that like my team did well, comments down below. And I will see you guys in the video. Enjoy. I'm not sure if this is a chant or not. I'm guessing it is. Take an RC flyer. Let's ping our location so somebody, or so that my team knows where I am. Yeah, that's why it confused me. I don't know if it's a chant because it's very slow. Get range killers. I could see them possibly adding a range killer to this game. Let's see. Ooh, he ran a plague. So he ran a plague to where I believe it's for 20 seconds. We craft and heal slower whenever he uses it. He's gonna get that back every 10 hits. So we got one hit right there. I have a weapon. I'm gonna go to courtyard. Ooh, rip. Rapid.
Nice.
Thank you for the raid. Welcome in.
Friend.
How you doing? Somebody is very quiet. I don't know who it is though. Oh, it's a Dollmaster. I thought it was a wart. Dude, somebody's mic is at like 1% volume. How's your stream, Rapid? How are your games? Get rid of that. Reduces the doll count by 1. The doll right next to his body. They're gonna get hit, aren't they? That's why you should always just use your weapon on the doll. Saving your weapon is never worth it. Hear it. Where is he at? Unless it's teleported. And with a dope quad strike. Nice, man. Those are always so satisfying. I'm actually really happy that you're enjoying VHS. I'm not sure if there's a notification for skill checks in this. Let's take a hit so it doesn't go down. Just run, just run. Ooh. Ooh, this is actually a good Dollmaster. Alright. I'm gonna try to get him over there. Hell yeah, brother. We coming in to dispense some freedom on this communist Dollmaster. Oh my god. Communism wins yet again. I don't think we're gonna be able to get that. I think it's actually a really good dude. All right, we're gonna make a shock sphere. Nice, good job. Oh my god, that dude is at 1%.
The ammo girl.
I have no idea what he said. Yeah, you get a notification when you get a skill check. Despite numbers being different than DBD, we'll forever be happier with a more enjoyable experience. That is one thing that's shitty about streaming, with like numbers changing with different games. But I think when this game comes out, I think this game is going to be a very thriving category.
Over here. I heard the lullaby.
Freedom. Oh no, brother. God. Stare.
Wait, Blue, can you ping yourself? I have a candy bar for you, so you don't die in one hit. I have a doll on me.
You gonna hear me? Ooh. Let me out a little bit. Ooh, nice. Made a miss. Please. Oh my god. Yeah, you're not getting me, brother. Let me go disarm that. The modification that we have. Oh, that's cool. I just noticed. Like, he has the little girl dolls, and it adds, like, the little girl hair. And the doll is inactive. That's actually a nice touch. His body is by me at pink.
I'm coming.
You see me? Good. Like he's over here. Dude, where is he? He teleport? I think he teleported. Fuck me, dude. I hate that you can't hear like his teleport when you're in the sphere. I'll try it again. Nice. Very, very good. Thank you. Dude, the shock sphere is so cool. It really is. The comments on the snowman video? I haven't looked. Are they bad? Just gonna try to make a firebomb. I don't think we're gonna win this, if I'm gonna be honest with you. But I'm happy that we got 2 stigmas on this guy.
I'm gonna get down.
Killers are bad. Of course they are.
Main body's over here.
Alright. About 75 on a weapon. What snowman video?
Okay.
I put out
I'll
a
go for the
video
pickup.
today of me like looping with the snowman. Like using a snowman to evade a hit in DBD. The ETA when it's coming to the public? We have no idea. Ooh, he tried to
Hey,
use
take
that
this.
again.
Thank you.
What's coming?
It's a bit of a waste. I don't want my teammates to die.
Yeah, he got me. Oh, yeah.
God, dude. Dude, there's no way that he's... Oh my god, dude. Did he transfer to another doll? He must have. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, Jesus. Alright, I'm back. Already picking up. I'm gonna go try to find his body. His body is by stage. Going to library. Ooh, rip. Try to get me. God, that is hard to do. Fire is gonna be a bitch to do. We can make Eternal Eyes for the cursed, but fire is gonna be a bitch to do against this guy. I think we're gonna have to get a stun.
He's here. His body's here.
All right. Teleported then. He's going back to home ec. Finish my heal. Probably just gonna use a doll. Teleported again. Probably teleported.
Main bodies right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say you probably teleported back to like near stage. I'm in gym with a weapon.
He's here.
Nice. I got him.
Nice.
Oof. Anybody can talk. The voice comms are built into the game. 119. Also, it's wild how much more a DVD video gets because of the subs brought in by VHS. 3.7K views in 7 hours is really good. It's really good, especially for me. But I believe that's kind of bad for like the videos that I've been doing though. Like VHS definitely gets more views.
Main body's right there. He's chasing me. He teleported, I think.
Yeah, he's on me now.
You ping where you're at.
Ooh.
I was
I'm on pink. I'm down below.
Try to head over.
I'm gonna run to science. I heal him. I'm about halfway on an eye. Ooh, he's by us. Alright. But if views translate to money, how much does a creator make if you get 1,000 views? That is very dependent on time of day. I would just use your weapon on him if you can. He's gonna come around the corner. Rip. It's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine, it's fine. He's gonna run through. He's gonna try to mind game that. But yeah, it's very dependent on like the time of the year freeze. It's dependent on how many ads the creator puts in a video. It's dependent on a lot of things. Depends on how many people will use ad blocker. $1 per 1,000 views. It really depends. the time of year makes it really vary as well, because like in December, ad revenue will be better because there's more companies that are buying ads because they're trying to advertise their products so people will buy them for Christmas presents, stuff like that. And then usually in January they fall off. Might be able to make this under his nose. Probably not. This is really risky. Oh god. Oh, if that person would have lasted like a singular second longer in chase, I would have been fine. Teleported. God, if they would have lasted a singular second longer. I'm stunned. I'm gonna die though. God, dude. That was literally a 1 second away from winning. That's unfortunate. Oh well. Happens. That was a good Dollmaster. Alright, so this gameplay, ignore the file name. This is just the file name that I get from Twitch because this is pulled from my Twitch stream. This gameplay is against a Dollmaster, and when you spawn in, we have no idea it's a Dollmaster, but it's a pretty good indicator that it's a Dollmaster though, because when I spawn in, like one of the first things that happens is pretty much like instantly we see that the monster transforms. And so the monster transforming within the first few seconds of the game is a pretty good indicator that it's a Dollmaster. Usually werewolves or warts will run around for a little bit and then they'll transform because they want to try to like sneak up on somebody. But Dollmasters, they just want to get going as soon as possible, so they can get dolls as soon as possible so they can get a bunch of pressure. Make an RC flyer, let's ping our locations. And so I started making an RC flyer. RC flyer isn't a bad idea, but what I could have done better here, RC flyer is not bad against Dollmaster because you can get the RC flyer closer to the Dollmaster and hopefully be able to get him. But a better weapon, I think, for shock against Dollmaster would be a shock sphere. Now, shock sphere you have to charge up, but charging up the shock sphere after you get it charged up, it's the reason why it's so good against Dollmaster is because you can not only use it to get in like little nooks and crannies where his body's going to be hiding when he's controlling a doll, but it's also good because you can use it in chase if you manage to gain a little bit of distance, and you can stun a doll with it. You can't stun a doll with the RC flyer, and with the ray gun, which is the other shock weapon, you're most likely not going to be stunning the doll. It's just because the ray gun, you got to get so many shots off, and the dolls have such a small hitbox, they move so fast that you're probably not going to be able to get hits. So I probably should have crafted a shock spear here. Now we can see off the UI, we can see that everybody's crafting currently. It confused me. I don't know if it's a chant because it's very myself. We can see that everybody's crafting currently, so nobody's getting pressured. And we can tell that one person is by woodshop, one person is by loading bay, one person is by science. So if we were to try to draw this out, I know not everybody has like memorized the maps yet, especially because a lot of people don't have access to the beta. But basically, the school is just a big square, and I am currently right here on the square. The person at science office is right here. The person at loading bay is right here. The person at woodshop is all the way over here. And so nobody's getting pressured right now. And so the monster is most likely down below. Either down below or in the library, just somewhere in here. I don't think that they're over here because I spawned over here and I didn't hear any footsteps when I spawned in. So I'm guessing that they're not by me. And so the monster is most likely messing around over here, or we're going to see the monster push this person off a loading bay. Something like that. I actually don't know. This is the first time that I skimmed through this footage just to see what happened. but I actually haven't like intricately watched this until after. They actually get pulled off of science office. So what happened there is they were downstairs. So the thing about this map is that there's a staircase right here, there's a staircase right here, and there's a staircase right here. There's also a staircase back here. And these all go into the basement, and you got like the big courtyard. But these all go down to the basement, and not the exact positions, but kind of rough. And so what happened is because I'm right here, the Dollmaster came out of these stairs and bothered the person that was crafting in science. And so that's kind of scary because if they run towards me, then I can get pushed off. And so that's something I need to worry about. And if we pay attention to it, they're running to biology class, science hallway, boys washroom. And so because I see their boys washroom and then we see the actual effect of the scream, we know that they're really close by. But they're running into the courtyard, and so we don't have to worry as much. The monster could possibly hear us. So he ran up. I could see them possibly adding a range killer to this game. Let's just listen to me talking for a couple seconds. See if we can hear the tension loop. Ooh, he ran a plague. So what happened there is he ran a plague, which is basically an offering. It's a prize where you just craft and heal slower for 20 seconds, I believe. And he gets it every 10 hits. He ran a plague. Very strong. To where, I believe it's for 20 seconds. We craft and heal slower. So we heard his tension loop for a second there. Whenever you hear the tension loop, the monster can hear you. But I just kept on crafting because I was assuming that he's just going to continue chase. And he does. Whenever you... And I end up making my weapon. And so what ends up happening is that the person in the loading bay gets pushed off. And so the monster most likely went from science class, which is like by me, all the way to loading bay, push that person off, maybe with a dollar body, and then ends up downing them. And so what I do is I go to gym, I find this person, they're not getting chased, so I heal them back up because you want to make sure that your team is always healed back up. And then I go immediately into gym. How's your stream, Rapid? How are your game? And I get rated. And so the first thing I do is because I know the monster came from science, which science is over on this side, I immediately go left and I start trying to look in the path of where he most likely came from, start trying to disarm dolls as much as I can. How are your games? And so we find a doll right here. This is a common doll spot just because they want to monitor that hallway. And I start running through. I start looking around all the props to see if there's any dolls. And then I run over here. I start walking. I don't know if I start walking because of a tension loop. Yeah, I start walking because there's a doll. And this is a mistake that my teammate makes. I actually don't know if this is a mistake, but I'm assuming it is. What a lot of people do against the Dollmaster is they will not kill the dolls. They will damage the dolls to slow them down to prevent an immediate hit, but then they won't actually follow through and kill the doll. If you're playing this game and you have a weapon that can be used in chase against a doll, you should just use it. It's much better to just not eat the hit, because not only if you eat the hit, now you keep your weapon, but you lose your health, which there's only a finite amount of health. Yeah, there's the chocolate bars, but there's a finite amount of chocolate bars. There's not infinite health in the match. So you lose health if you take a hit. And not only that, but you also give him back one of his dolls. If one of his dolls has been disarmed, getting a hit basically gives him back one of his max dolls. So instead of him, because I just disarmed a doll right there. So his max doll kind of goes from max of 5 to max of 4. And if he gets a hit here, then it'll go back to max of 5. And so you want to prevent his hits so he doesn't have as much map pressure. And then not only that, but also if you kill the doll, reduces it by another doll. So it'd go from max of 4, initially from max 5 to a max of 4 because I disarmed, and down to a max of 3 if he kills that doll. And so that should have been a kill, and then we could have got the easy pickup, and it wouldn't have been any issue. But doesn't kill him. And they get hit. So they get hit because they didn't kill the doll, and the doll screams. I get disrupted. And I think that's why you should always... Yeah, that's why you should always just use your weapon. And then I just kind of hide and stick around because I want to pick up this person. I ideally want to pick them up before they go into critical health. Critical health is like the last quarter of your health, a little bit less than a quarter. And if they get down to critical health, then they just get down again, they die. And we don't want that to happen. But I don't immediately pick this person up. And the reason why I don't immediately pick them up, saving your weapon is never worth it, is because I hear the actual music that Dollmaster emits from his body whenever he's controlling a doll. And I don't know exactly where it is. Hear it. And so I immediately send out the copter. I hear it down here, and then it goes away. I start pre-firing, and I believe in like the RC copter. I guess it's just too loud. He teleported right then. I just don't know where he is, and so I just stop. And then he most likely teleported. I wasted some juice. I wasted 19. And then they get the heal off. And then what ends up happening here is that we're in the middle of healing. We hear the doll. So there's a doll near us. We hear it. It sounds like it's in this loading bay area. And so I start running. This Leo starts running. And then for some reason, the Jess starts crafting. I guess she's like playing muted, but it's fine. And but she takes a hit there. This would have been this would have been a very easy non-hit because we all run down this corridor. The Leo has a cross. You can just start firing it down the hallway. After he gains enough distance, after he reaches like the end of the hallway, you can just start firing it. There's really not much way for the doll to really dodge a hit, even if he pounces in, if he gets far enough in. And this really shouldn't have been a hit, but it ends up being a hit. And then what ends up happening here is kind of bad. So the Leo runs over here. So what you want to do if you ever have a cross or a flamethrower or anything is you want to try to stay in hallways or corridors to where there's not as many spots for the monster to like jump out at you or try to evade damage. And so by him running backstage, the doll could very easily just kind of like go around the corner and then jump and then hit him. And then very inexplicably, the doll chooses me. And I don't know, maybe they didn't see the Leo. Maybe they wanted to get rid of the RC copter. I guess not inexplicably. They probably wanted to get rid of the RC copter because the RC copter is dangerous. And they end up going down here. This person has a flamethrower though. Doll manages to evade. And now they almost get it. And then the doll manages to get out. And then what they should do now is they should probably just run away. And they end up running away. I believe they end up using all of their juice. Yeah, they end up actually killing the doll, which is very good. They use their weapon against the doll, kill it, which is a very good use of your weapon. You always want to do that. All right. I see the Dollmaster over there. I send over the copter, and then I try to get him with it. I try to get him with it, but what I should have done here is I should have seen him go through, and I should have backed up and went to the door to the left, but I don't. I push all the way up, and then he just swings out and destroys my copter. That's 30 charges left. 30 is like about like almost exactly like how much you need in order to kill, I believe. I'm not really sure how much it is, but I know I don't have a lot, so I just scrap it. I make a shock sphere instead, which is better against the Dollmaster anyways, and during that time, my team actually manages to get a cross kill, which is very surprising. It's kind of hard to get a cross kill against Dollmasters. Very good for them. Very good play. Make the shock sphere. And then we have a Leo come and start working on it with us. I don't heal him. I probably should have, but I don't heal him because I want to just get like a weapon on the board. We only have one weapon currently, and so we kind of need to get more weapons desperately. I charge up my weapon. And while I'm charging, the doll's by me, and the doll ends up hearing me. And I end up boosting around him because I have a modification to where I get a boost every time I charge up the weapon at one of those stations. And so I managed to boost past him really fast. And then we do the biggest spins, and we make it into the window. And we evade a hit. So very, very good for us. I go over here. I believe I try to get a charge off. Trying to hide from the dolls. Doll gets a hit. We get a charge off. And then we hear the Dollmaster over here. I hear his music over to the left. Not really sure where he is. Don't see him. And so we stop. Where is he? I should have seen that doll when I was in it, but I was too busy looking for him. We don't see him. You can't hear the actual teleport when you're in the shock sphere, so he most likely teleported again. And so what ends up happening is during that time is our teammate actually dies, like right as I'm going down the staircase. You'll notice that my teammate has a flamethrower. They end up not using it. Maybe they were caught out at a position. But you notice that they have a candy bar as well. They should have consumed the candy bar if they thought they were in danger. Then they wouldn't have died. And not only that, they have a weapon. Even if they're wasting all the weapon by pre-firing, that's wasting the doll's time. The doll is only on a limited amount of time. And so if you start pre-firing, it could possibly save you instead of just like going down and dying. Bit of a mistake for my team, but it is what it is. We end up triggering this doll, and then we run through here, trying to find the Dollmaster. And when we come up the staircase, we see that. We see that the curse started damaging the monster's body, and we also see the curse order here. And we see all the way at the end, towards the gem, is our team fighting the monster's body, which is very intense. The monster sees with our shock sphere. We commit to the shock sphere. I'll try it again. They're pinging him. They're starting to swing through the doorway, so I'm, again, using the information from the pings and the swords to indicate that he's over here. He takes a little bit of damage, so he can't teleport immediately. He starts to get the animation like he's trying to teleport. He's trying to teleport to a doll somewhere else, but we manage to kill him before he can. We get a second stigma kill, which is very good. And I don't think I would have been able to get that if they didn't start damaging him with the sword. If they started damaging with, or if they didn't get the damage with the sword, probably would have had his teleport ready to use by the time I got around there. And so at this point, this is where Dollmaster matches are usually lost if they're close at all. So the reason why Dollmaster matches are usually lost when they're close, like this, is because there's 2 stigmas left, and the Dollmaster just places the dolls by the remaining 4 stigma stations, because there's 2 per, and he ends up winning because of that. So what usually, like, the best way to play from what I've seen, and again, like, my knowledge and my meta of the game is evolving over time, is the best thing to do is to craft 2 people to craft stun weapons. If you have all 4 teammates, you have everybody craft stun weapons besides 1 person, and that 1 person they could craft a stun weapon as well, but that 1 person should go out and try to make a kill weapon. So all 3 with stun weapons except 1 with kill weapon. Have the stun weapons try to stun a doll, and have the kill weapon ready going for the kill. Now, I don't do that. I just go for the kill weapon. I figure that I'm going to be able to make it for free. Not going to be too big of a deal. Now we see that our teammates, 1 person doesn't have a weapon. They're injured, but they're healing back up. And this Leo is healing them back up. What they should probably do is they should probably scrap their helicopter. In all honesty, helicopter's not going to be of any use to us. It's not going to help us out in chase. And so they should probably make something to help out in chase. But I believe they end up getting interrupted anyways. Yeah, they get interrupted. They get hit. And during this time, I'm making a Molotov. The reason why I'm making a Molotov is because I want to try to like snipe it in like the little nooks and crannies of wherever the Dollmaster is. The Leo ends up going down. Also, a good alternative is also a solar flare. Solar flare is also really good because you can just set it up, has a big area of effect, and the dolls can't really evade the area of effect very well, and so you can just lock down areas, prevent the dolls from getting hits against your team. Flamethrowers, I don't really like as much just because they have a little bit of a wind up. The doll can usually hit you before the wind up, which is probably what happened earlier in this match against this Jess. But we end up making the Molotov. We go to my team. We hear the doll coming. I pull up my Molotov so that he can see it, and then he dodges back out. I throw the Molotov at the ground, not trying to hit him, but just trying to zone him out, trying to get my team a little bit of time to get away. It's a bit of a waste. And then, which I probably didn't even need to do that. In all honesty, it probably was a mistake just throwing it down. Probably was enough of a threat for just pulling up the molly. We see that the Leo got down to home ec. I want to go back and save him because he doesn't have a lot of health left. He's most likely going to bleed. I hear the doll in there. Dude, there's no way that he's... Oh my god, dude. And so I started saying, like, oh my god, because he's been in that doll for so long. And I figured that he has to be almost out of his doll. And so I just end up running. I'm not even trying to use my weapon here. I'm just opting to take the hit if the hit is going to be taken. We end up hearing him let go of the doll, and so we turn back. And we don't know where the doll is. I'm checking my corners. I'm walking out, trying to make sure I don't step on the doll if the doll is like right at the doorway. I run out, and then we see the doll right here. Usually the Dollmasters try to like hide them next to walls or like next to corners. Go over and disarm it. Reduces the doll count by 1, of course. And then the Leo gets picked up. We actually see the Leo's getting picked up while we're disarming. And so I know I don't have to go pick up the Leo. And so I immediately go and try to scout out where the Dollmaster is. I hear his body. I mark where his body is, tell my team. And then as soon as the Dollmaster, as soon as I'm within the music range, he knows that I have a weapon because I'm armed. There's a little yellow border around his screen. And so he gets out of his body.
By stage.
And so I immediately stop. I'm just looking down here to see if I can see him come through. If he does come through, then I'll just throw it at my feet and hopefully he runs into it. I can hear him running towards the loading bay. And again, I'm just walking. I'm not trying to run. I'm not trying to scare him off. I'm trying to get him to come back or trying to get him to like run out and go out of position so I can ambush. I'm not trying to chase him down. A lot of teams will try to chase down the monster, but sometimes you just kind of want to hide and like wait in an ambush. I said he's going to the library because he was going in that direction. Now he's most likely in the library right now. He takes possession of this doll. I hide right here, hoping that they don't see me. I'm assuming that they'll see me, though, when they're checking their corners. I end up eating a hit right here, I believe. Yep. And the Dollmaster is most likely downstairs. Back in that little cubby hole that we've been trying to get him out before. And then...
God, that is hard to do. Fire is going to...
I say fire is going to be hard. We end up healing ourselves because we don't want to lose our Molotov that we do have. Somebody ends up getting hit. Now, what I should have done at some point in this match is I should have got this cola. The colas are really good. It's one of the mistakes. The colas are really, really good. And against Dollmaster, against really all monsters. But the colas are really good against Dollmaster because you can pop it and then be able to get a bunch of distance, get to a window, or pop it and be able to use your weapon. And against that's good against most monsters, is that you can like be getting chased by the monster thinks that they're about to get you. You pop a cola, get a little bit of distance, turn around, use your weapon, and you can catch monsters out of position very well with cola. Colas are very powerful. I probably should have got that at some point, but I ended up not getting it. I ended up opting to go back over here. One of my teammates gets hit. The monster becomes enraged. The monster can instant down people. The monster is notified that there's an armed teen near him because I run within his lullaby radius, or his music box radius. We're peeking over here. We see him go right. He sets down a doll behind that door. And then I walk over here. I run a little bit, but then I walk over here. And now what I'm doing, he doesn't know that I'm nearby unless he has a doll to indicate. He doesn't know that I'm nearby. And so I just sit here and wait. I don't try to run at him. I want to wait until he starts controlling a doll. Starts controlling a doll. He most likely has just realized that there's the notification around his screen, the yellow border. And so you can see, like, even before I throw it, he gets out of it because he realizes. But at that time, we've already killed him. So we got one stigma left. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to win. As you probably saw in the video, this could end very badly. So we got one stun weapon. We got Leo with a flamethrower. And then the Jess doesn't have anything. I don't have anything because I just got a kill. So what we should most likely do is try to make some stun weapons. And the Jess ends up making a flamethrower, finishing it off. And so they both have stun weapons. They both could most definitely heal each other. But what ends up happening is the Leo ends up not using his weapon. He ends up dying in cafeteria, not using his weapon at all. I don't know how he does in cafeteria. He must have been looping cafeteria for a while. Oh, he's in a home ec, sewing class, cafeteria hallway, cafeteria. I'm guessing he was hiding. He's staying in cafeteria for a while and then he ends up dying. I'm guessing that he was hiding in a corner. When you have a weapon, you don't really need to hide all that much. What you should really be doing is just trying to gain as much distance as possible. And if the monster tries to get to you, then you just use your weapon on them. You can hide, but if it's to the point to where like you're gonna get caught out, I want to do it. If you're gonna hide, I would hide near the windows. That way, if you do get found, if he comes into the cafeteria, you can just jump the window. And then if he jumps the window after, you just get easy stun. But he ends up dying, which that's not very good for us. And as soon as I see that he does in cafeteria, I know that there's a stairway over here that leads from cafeteria to here. I probably should have got off this. It's a bit of a mistake by me. I should have known that he was going to come down here. But I stay working on it.
Yeah, he's on me now.
And I don't know if he actually teleported. Because he just kind of walked over here, I think.
I'm on pink. I'm down.
And then I ended up getting hit. And what I ended up doing here,
I'm going to run to science.
is I try to run to my teammate so that they can use their stun weapon. and he ends up not chasing. We end up getting a heal off. I heal the Jess. I don't get healed because I believe we get around the corner. So what should have been done here is this is just like a distancing. This is, I would just use your weapon on him if you can. He's gonna come around the corner. Is what we should have done is we shouldn't have healed right here because the monster can just pass through here, and so we should have healed probably like over here or like down the hallway a little bit more. So that's a bit of a mistake on both of our parts, not readjusting or like suggesting to readjust. And so because of that, because the monster's so fast, they can just catch up and be able to get to the Jess, no problem. Just can't even use your weapon. It's a bit of a mispositioning on our part. And then I go over and try to evade, and then we end up healing up again. We get a full heal, full reset. And then I go down here and try to finish my eye. I notice that when I go down here, is that it's the Dollmaster's right here. And so, of course, I try to be cheeky and I try to finish my eye. But, of course, right when I finish it, the team goes down, he transfers back, and then I'm already here, and I'm just dead. And that's just kind of GG. Now, what I should have done, most likely, or what we should have done as a duo, is we should have gone to the other station that's in the library, the other curse station. And then at the other curse station, we should have had the Jess with a flamethrower protect me while I built a cursed weapon. And then we should have, and if they end up having to use their weapon because of a doll, which is most likely what's going to happen, then we can try to like play a little bit more stealthy, depending on like how much progress I have, and try to get them to get another stun weapon, and so I can finish up my weapon and just play it a little bit more slow. By separating like that, we end up making ourselves more vulnerable. And in that situation where the Dollmaster is right next to it, I probably should have started just crafting a sword. If I would have started crafting a sword, I might have been able to get it because he might have just been kept on switching dolls. But crafting right next to his body is kind of bad anyways, because if he runs out of duration, or if he wants to set down more dolls to trap me or to find me a little bit easier, then I'm just caught out no matter what. And so I should just, at the end of the day, I should have just gone to the library. If I would have gone to the library, then we might have been able to win it. Would have been a close match anyways, but it would have helped out a lot. So really the main things in this match is just using your weapons against the dolls in order to kill them, in order to reduce his max doll count, just positioning, like you saw, like the positioning that Jess and I had was really bad, and that we should have moved. Like either of us should have suggested that we move somewhere else so the doll doesn't hit us. Um, Trying to like position yourself in like certain places to where the doll like is going to get hit by the weapon and they can't do much about it. Try not to put yourself like in tight corridors or where the monster can just get around. And yeah, just using your weapons against the dolls. It's something that I don't see a lot of people do, and they need to do a lot more. And also like making the right weapons, because like I made the RC copter at the beginning. As soon as I heard that it was a Dollmaster, I probably should have stopped making the RC copter. Probably should have just started making the Shockster from the get go. Might have had a little bit better chances, a little bit better of a match. But just make the stuff that is good against individual monsters. The RC copter is a little bit better against like werewolf or wart, if you can manage to get enough distance away from them. Against Dollmaster, it can be a bit finicky, especially because he can teleport, but it can be good. It's just not very good in chase. But yeah, there's definitely things that we could have done better, things that I could have done better personally, and I just kind of wanted to make this video to show you guys and to try to explain like the mistakes that happened, because it's something that people requested. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to say in the comments down below, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye bye, everyone.